who's here? Sam, you going to take us public?
Yes, I'll let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we are live.
Okay, this is a call to order of the Contracts Committee meeting of the Bridgeport Board of Education. Today's date is November 9th, 2022, and the time is 5:31 p.m. Present are myself, Committee Chair John Weldon, and Committee Member Christine Baptiste Perez. Also present is Board Member Albert Benahan. From the staff, we have Interim Superintendent Perrin. We have Nadira Clark, who's Director of Grants. We have Tony Pires, Director of Business Operations. From Superintendent's Office, we have Arlene Santos de Jesus. We have Tina Peloso-Orick from Classical Studies, Principal. Dr. Joe Raiola from the Principal of BASIC. The first item on the agenda is approval of minutes of September 19, 2022 contracts meeting. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the minutes from September 19th.
Who's speaking?
Christine.
You're very, very muffled and low. Are you making a motion to approve? Okay.
Sorry, motion to approve Monday, September
Better.
19th, 2022 minutes.
Okay. I second. Is there any discussion or edits?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. September 14th, 2022 meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve Wednesday, September 14th, 2022 Contracts Committee meeting minutes.
I will second. Are there any edits?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? August 31, 2022 meeting minutes. Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve August 31, 2022 Contracts Committee meeting minutes.
Okay, I will second. Any discussion or edits?
No.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? All right, so now we come to the meat of the meeting. The first item is discussion and possible referral to the full board to approve school improvement grant agreements for BASIC High School. I'm going to turn the floor over to Ms. Clark and Dr. Raiola available to provide details as needed. Ms. Clark?
Thank you. So BASIC High School has a school improvement grant. It's a total award of $400,000. It is in the process of being fully approved at the state level. There are 3 contracts that BASIC included in their proposal that they are seeking approval for tonight. They are for Partners for Educational Leadership for $50,000. And one of them is Milestones for $49,500 and one for CES for $50,000. In total, we have $149,500 in agreement that would be, we're looking for approval for under the SIG grant for BASIC. I did include in the packets the 3 agreements. The item for Partners for Educational Leadership is related to professional learning and leadership coaching at the school level. And this agreement is obviously directly from Partners for Educational Leadership. I will make a note that these contracts were developed over the last couple of months, so they do state former Superintendent Testani. Those signature blocks obviously will be updated if these items are approved.
Okay. Do you have anything to add, Dr. Raiola, or do we want to move on to questions?
Well, evening, everyone. No, nothing to add. I think Ms. Clark did a nice job of summarizing our requests.
Okay, So we'll move on to questions. And do you have any questions, Ms. Baptiste Perez?
For the Partners for Educational Leadership Professional Development, has any of the PD started to occur on site yet? Thank you.
Yes, the partners have begun some of their work. I think we've had a few sessions, since the start of the year. They've been working with our instructional leadership team on developing a common vision for Tier 1 instruction at Bassick.
So is this contract for an extension of what's already being done, or is it something retroactive to what they're doing now? So the contract says starting September 22, and it's already in November. And so trying to understand, is this just coming to us late, or have the partners already started working on site and this is now coming before the board late?
No, it's a combination of both things, Ms. Baptiste Perez. So we've actually been trying to get on a schedule. We also needed, if you will recall from early October when we met at Finance Committee meeting, you'd asked for this list, but we were well aware that this was coming down the pike. Also, the state has not fully approved this. We were moving this ahead as much as we could without them saying they wanted particular items removed. And this is the next meeting that we were scheduled to bring these items to the board's attention. So there is a legitimate gap, but there are two reasons for those. And just another addition, Partners for Educational Leadership is working district-wide with administrators. So this is an offshoot of that work specific for Bassick.
Just to clarify, but specifically for Bassick, as the work started, I know Partner for Educational Leadership has been working district wide. I remember talking about that with in my teaching and learning committee, but I'm just asking for the scope of this contract, whether they've started professional development at Bassick specifically.
Yes, according to Principal Raiola, they have. How many sessions have they had, Principal Raiola?
I would have to count maybe a half a dozen so far. Okay. Don't quote me, but it's maybe been a half dozen.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Benahan's got his hand up.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you. Ms. Clark, I have a question, and you say they're waiting for the state to approve this. How long does the state know about this situation, to get approval? How long, they know this?
They have known from the moment they released this application. I've been working with our state contact, actually even outside of the system, so that we could avoid this exact situation. That was our desire. And we're still in the same situation. She was physically in the district last week, and we were going over everything as final notes so she can meet with the chief academic officer and make final approvals. I push this as far as I can. The great thing is that she didn't come to us the last minute and ask us to remove any budget items. So I feel very secure that this is, going to be 100% approved, which is the other reason why we're doing this pre-planning. But we're technically at the mercy of the state for them to give us these final confirmations that these things are going through.
Okay, but I just want to know how long. We're waiting for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, how long,
No, so we did our final application earlier this summer. We were told that since we had worked outside of the system, basically all summer, that this should be a very, quick approval process, but it hasn't. We're still waiting. So my expectation is that before we go for Thanksgiving, that there is a final approval, but we do not have that yet. But it
Okay.
should not preclude us from, continuing with this work because they have not asked us to remove any items from the budget, which would be a major flag as to the district taking its money to pay for these items that potentially wouldn't be refunded or reimbursed, excuse me. That's not the case. They didn't ask for any of these items to be removed.
Okay, Mr. Chair, it looks like only me and Dr. Riola being in the camera. I know someone have a phones. Are we gonna be over like that and nobody show up, video stuff like that? I know people's watching us, so I just wonder it's gonna be like that.
I'm sorry, say that again?
I said only me and Dr. Riola we in the video, but I just want to know if everybody be on phone because it will be nice if everyone have a camera so they can show up. That's why my comment.
I personally am in a room with very bad light,
Okay.
so you would see a dark room.
No, I just would like to see people because people's watching us. So I just want to know people to look at how professional we are. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate that.
So,
Yes.
Thank you. No more questions, no more comments.
is there a motion to refer this item to the full board for its consideration?
Oh.
There's only two of us who can make it. Do you want to make such a motion, Ms. Baptiste Perez? So it can
I'm
get to the
sorry,
next level?
My mic was on. Before moving forward, can we get the exact number of sessions that occurred at BASIC? Just because the contract says there's 20, and if we're at 6, that means we're a third of the way there before a contract was actually executed.
Mhm. Okay, Dr. Rayola?
Is that something I could get to you tomorrow once I have a chance to go through the calendar? I don't have access to that information at hand right now.
That works with me before moving it to the full board. Also, Mr. Chair, I'd like to acknowledge that board member and committee member Joseph Lombard is in the meeting as well, for the record.
Mr. Lombard is here and also Mr. Sokolovic. Can I ask who Marianne Samakar is?
Oh,
It's a guess.
hi, can you hear me?
Yes?
I'm the monitor. I'm covering for John.
Okay. She's
Thank you.
taking the minutes. Okay,
Yes,
gotcha.
taking the minutes.
okay, thank you. All right, so is there a motion to refer this item, the BASIC SIGs, to the full board?
I'll make a motion to introduce the BASIC SIGs to the full board, contingent upon production of how many sessions have already occurred.
I will second that. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
Abstain.
Mr. Lombard abstains. Okay, so that will be on the Monday, November 14th agenda. Next is discussion and possible referral to the full board to approve extended school hour grant agreements for Classical Studies Magnet Academy. Ms. Clark, I'll defer to you.
Yes, so the extended school hours grant is part of our Alliance priority package that we submit. Out of that grant, we do set aside $224,000 totally for Classical Studies Magnet Academy. They actually have $140,007 worth of subcontracts that they would like to give. $110,007 is for the Carver Foundation. They will be providing SRB based tier 3 learning focused literacy, math and technology, engineering and science at their after school program. And there is also a $30,000 subcontract we would like to give to Access Educational Services, where they would be providing STEM experiential learning. Both of these, they are called community-based organizations as per the Extended School Hours program. They are CBOs for the last couple of years at Classical. Principal Peloso Ulrich will be able to give us some feedback as to their work. I do want to go ahead and say, when you look at the dates on this, as we've been requesting to get onto this committee for approval, these programs started earlier in October. And so that we do have, an extension of services before the contract began. And Ms. Pelosa Ulrich, can give us some additional detail, both about Carver and Access and the work they do at the school. You're muted.
Sorry about that. I'm having some technical difficulty, so I'm on my phone. So anyway, this is a wonderful program, an extended day program. The reason we have this program is that originally when Classical Studies Magnet Academy was established many years ago, they had an extended day program already built in. As it phased out, they applied for this grant. 2018, Superintendent Aresta Johnson and Principal Helen Giles began this journey. The Carver Foundation supports the programs at the two buildings, one school. So the Linwood building, the Carver Foundation is supporting them. It's a 3 to 8 school. My school at the Beechwood campus is pre-K to grade 2. And we have Access Educational Services, as well as the Discovery Sacred Heart connection too, which are providing some STEM activities for the children.
And just as a sidebar, a Discovery's contract is not before this board because it was below the threshold.
Okay.
They are providing work as well.
So we offer the children, academic support, as well as giving them some activities that they may not have experienced before. We have book clubs and yoga, Zumba. They were having Spanish lessons. I'm so sorry. Right in the Access, we have a Lego League at the Beechwood campus, and they create activities, Legos, robotics. They coded them at the end of the year. Last year, we had an exposition for the parents. In the past, before COVID, I'm new to the school, it's my 3rd year, but pre-COVID, they had a community exposition for the children to show their creations. And the Sacred Heart, they're doing science and space this year for the children. So they're all different activities. And we do have a volunteer group of scouting. So boys and girls can do a little scouting activities in the pre-K to the K to 2 building.
Okay, so does anyone have any questions? Ms. Baptiste Perez?
Not at this time. I'm still reviewing the full document.
Okay. Mr. Lombard, any questions?
No questions, thank you.
Mr. Benahan?
No question, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Mr. Sokolovic, any questions?
Yeah, it's just the Carver Foundation is still on the same track and the same programming as pre-pandemic.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah,
I love the program. I know it was well received. Is it still well received by the parents? And
yeah. Yes. It's so nice to see all the kids participating and back to full activities again.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. back to Ms. Baptiste Perez.
No, I'm still reviewing the document.
If there's no other comments, is there a motion to refer this to the full board for its consideration?
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Lombard. I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions?
I'll abstain because this was the only contract I didn't finish reviewing.
Understood. Okay. Ms. Baptiste Perez abstains. This item will appear on the Monday, November 14th regular public meeting agenda. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second. Mr. Lombard seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, meeting is adjourned. Time is 5:51 p.m. Have a good evening.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
night, everyone. God bless you all.
You too. Thank you.
Bye.